what's your idea of this bot lane 2v2? I like to group laning phase into fighting, and then you have like wave push. So if you had to talk about those two things, what would you say about your lane versus, you know?
I think traditionally against an Aphelios, I would be scared to walk up and fear of getting poked, but since his support can't really help him with that, I kind of just it feels like an easier lane.
Mm-hmm.
I think I kind of just look to hit Silas when his E is down, and I don't know. I really don't know how to play into Aphelios because I don't really do it that often. I just know that he pokes.
You're good. You're good. Don't feel bad about don't feel bad about not knowing. Like, that's what I'm here for. So if you have any questions about these things or you legit don't know, you can say that. Don't worry. Everybody starts somewhere. Like, I didn't know shit about anything related to waves until I was like diamond. So specifically for this lane, reason why I brought up fighting is because you have a range support into a melee support. So a lot of the time your support is supposed to kind of like fight their support. Reason why that's important is because if that doesn't happen and their Silas is able to walk up, you know, and just combo you, you're gonna get fucked. So fighting is really important. You're supposed to match your ADC, and your support's supposed to match the support because you win both of your 1v1s. And then in terms of waves, okay, so reason why waves are really important to understand theoretically is because if you don't know what you're supposed to do with your wave, it's always going to feel awkward. You open yourself up to ganks, open yourself up to trades that you don't want, and you're kind of just like letting the game pass you by, you know? And something I really hate is like feeling like there's nothing you can do in a game and like being a passenger and just like, you know, winning and losing and not really learning from it. So you do get prio. The number one to get prio, what comes to mind when I say get prio for you?
For bot lane, you want it when Drake is up. You don't want it if the enemy jungler is on a timer.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't really like. I don't know how prio is important. Besides, sometimes it's easy to poke under tower if the enemy jungler's top.
Okay. So that's really good. You give me like kind of different like branching answers, but the number one reason why getting prio is good is because whenever you get minion advantage, you get EXP advantage. And then when you get level 2, it's a fight timer for you. When you get level 3, it's a fight timer for you. So getting your level advantage is just going to make you fight a lot better, right?
Okay.
And then
so you can look to fight more.
Exactly. And in this lane, you should be fighting. So we're gonna go quickly and get into the game, but I just wanted to kind of give you the idea that whenever you're pushing your waves into the enemy, you can get vision. That's usually what you do when you want to set up a play. You can also look to invade. So that could be a camp or like fighting with your jungler in the river. Next thing is you can get a recall in. And the last thing you can play for, I mean, it's not the last thing, but these are like the main ones. Sorry for my bad handwriting, but you can hit the turret, right? So right. These are all of the quote unquote advantages you can get from getting priority, which is why a majority of the time when you can get prio, getting any of these advantages is just good, you know? So as a general rule, spamming your Q as Jhin is something I want to see you doing. And if I don't see it, okay, I was gonna say we're gonna have a problem, but we're not gonna have a problem, but I'll just show you why it's bad that you didn't do it. And don't worry, you're laughing now, but trust me, it's not like the end of the world. It's definitely not optimal, but once you're only not doing it because you don't know. Anyways, level 1, they can't really invade. They can, I guess. You guys don't really want to invade, so we're going to skip past that. We're going to get straight into lane. And then you go straight up here and your Nico wards. Just to give you as much information as possible, Do you think this word is good?
I would say I think it is, because we don't know if they can walk into that brush, and then Silas can get a free Yonto or a Nico.
Yeah,
But
that's fair. So if they're looking to cheese, it's definitely
that's
good.
why I chose to stand towards this bottom corner. That way
Yeah,
we can't
yeah, exactly. So the thing is, I'm only trying to pick your brain because in some games where it is good to ward the third bush, I'll give you the reason. So you only want to ward this bush if they can't fight back. Like if they have like Alistar Yasuo and you want to play past the wave, you can ward this. It's not the best thing ever, but usually I never want to see you ward this unless you're on the red side, okay?
Okay.
So just giving you that. Reason why you would ward the middle bush is because getting middle bush prio makes it so that on wave 1 you're able to fight and push the wave into them. So that those are the two bush wards
that
that I
way
would see.
he can just step into the bush.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so Nico's gonna see the power of Fog of War is like you don't know exactly where they are in the bush, so their range is extended by like a certain amount, right? So
Yeah.
because of that, if you have this bush warded and your Nico's not standing in it, Silas walks this way into the bush, you guys don't have to be scared. But if it wasn't warded, you know, it's a little scary. Needless to say, like warding in this lane isn't really important, like for the middle bush, because the way you're standing is perfect. Like right here, when you're standing against the wall, this is what I like to do when I'm walking into bushes level 1, because once you see them, right, the Silas isn't gonna just like blind. He's gonna walk into the bush, and it gives you enough time to like walk this way. You can also stand at this tip, but important thing is your location is good. I don't know how else to say it, you know. So
like placement, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Positioning. There you go. Yeah, that's the word. Okay. Okay. So if you guys don't see them like towards these bushes,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna give you the answer. You have to stand in this bush with your Nico, okay?
Oh, okay.
So the reason why is because as they're walking in, whenever you're playing spellcasters, like if you're playing Ezreal, Caitlyn, Varus, you know, any champion that has a skill shot that is good to get off of cooldown, you want to walk up to this bush, use your abilities, and walk back, because basically you're getting your abilities one more time than you usually could. And so what we're going to see is Nico's going to walk to this bush. Obviously, okay, she shouldn't auto this minion because she just gave vision, but she should just Q either the Aphelios or the Silas. I can't see him, but you get it. And if they walk close to you, you can Q auto. I wouldn't really recommend like going for an all-in trade, but Nico getting the Q and then walking back is the bare minimum I want to see in this lane. Okay.
Yeah.
And if you're not if you're not ready for it, then you're just missing out on opportunity. And then let's see what happens. Okay, you're a little scared. Okay, so the only time I want you to be scared of their fighting is if they have like a one-shot potential. Like if this was Draven like Blitzcrank. I mean, even Blitzcrank is kind of bad because you can't just walk past the wave and Q you. I want you to be scared if they have high damage, like Draven or Callista. Those are like two of the main champions. Caitlyn's another one. But in this situation, like you should be spacing this range. You should not be like this far back, you see? And so the maximum... Sorry, go ahead.
I think I was kind of scared of Silasy because I've never played this matchup, so I didn't know.
You can always approximate, like, you know, like what Silas's E does, right?
Yeah.
So he can like jump to like maximum this length, and then he would walk straight at you. So if you're standing here, right, that's the perfect range because you're outside of Aphelios range and you're outside of his E range. But right now, you're giving them way too much space. They should be the ones that are scared of you, not the other way around.
Okay.
Because you're playing a range matchup and you're supposed to poke them, but they're poking you back. It doesn't really make sense. Okay. Okay, use your Q. That's good. So the way I like to think about waves is if you want to get priority of the lane and you want to push into them to get level 2 advantage, you usually want to hit the wave 1 to 3 more times than they have, right? So right now, if you look at their minions, they're like almost all one shot to one auto, but your minions are more healthy. So the reason why you hitting the reason why you hitting the Silas here is good is because they need to catch up to the amount of minions you guys have hit. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just trying to make sure. And so right here, like the reason why I said it's like a perfect fight timer for you, or like you queued perfectly and you hit the Silas perfectly, is because this is what you would see in a like Chinese pro view VOD. You know, like that's literally what they would do. You know, they would see that the enemy is hitting the wave and then they would hit him back. So I want you to think about that pattern when you're playing the game. And then, okay. So I never want you to walk past this line, okay? Because there's lines in bot lane, right? This is your like kind of area. This is their area. Anytime you walk past that, you are just opening yourself up to either a jungle gank or opening yourself up to trades, right? And like you said, you're scared of the Silas E, right?
Yeah.
So even if Nico lands this Q, should you walk forward and like auto Q the Aphelios?
I mean, I wouldn't walk past that line if he gets hit here, right?
Yeah, you shouldn't. Yeah, exactly. Because this is the person you're scared of, not this guy. So
yeah,
if he starts bolting at you, so I'm gonna play it. Yeah, if he starts walking towards you, you cannot walk into the Aphelios. So the number one telltale sign of I should not walk past the wave is when there are 3 melees. Okay?
Okay.
Whenever there are 3 melees, that's telling you I need to kill these 3 melees before I go and fight. Okay? So there's caster minions, you can trade. When there's melee minions, you're clearing the melee minions. Okay?
Is that so that you have the melee, like your own melees in front of you for protection?
Partially. And then also, usually the timer where you get level advantages coincides with you killing the 3 melee. So think about level 2, you have to, right? And then for level 3, it's the cannon wave, like the first 3 melees of the cannon wave, and then you get level 3. So it just happens to be better for you to get the melees and then fight. But the fact that you have melees blocking in front of you makes it easier for in-range matchups for you to walk up and fight them. Okay? So right here, I'm like, okay, the second I see you pass this line, I'm like, oh shit. At best, what I want you to do, if you want to follow up on this, like I don't mind it, you should just queue these minions. It's going to hop onto this one, and then hit them, right? But autoing is too much. Okay. Just think of Silas as like a Nautilus, you know? He has like, okay, he has electrocute, so it's a little bit more damage level 1, but it's like the same principle. You never want to give them a full all-in angle like this. Otherwise, you're going to have to base. Okay. So at this point, you are either going to get frozen on or they're going to try to kill you if you stay in lane. Okay. Also, if your Nico E starts, by the way, you're in some tough shit. Let me just say that. Because right here, I'm just gonna make it kind of easy for you. Every single support in the game has like a combo they want to go for, right? For Nautilus, it's pretty easy. It's like auto Q W, which is W's an auto reset, and like that's a lot of damage. Level 2, it's like a clear bread and butter combo that most supports have. For Silas, he just wants the E, so his level 1's better. For Nico, if she has only E, do you think you're ever going to be able to win a trade?
Not unless they mess up.
Yeah. So the second I see this, I'm like, what the fuck? You know, like I'm like, this doesn't make sense. And I haven't seen her Q the entire lane. So basically, the power of Nico is the fact that her Q is undodgeable. Mm-hmm. If you are not getting your Q level 1, you're missing out on poke timers, and Nico's like entire combo is EQ. So She deals no damage without her Q. Her E is troll. Sorry, a little bit of a rant. But okay, at this point, you have to be thinking about what you want to do to get back into the game. What are you going to do?
I think theoretically I probably should base and hope to get back the lane before they push out the wave.
They're not going to push out the wave ever in this situation because they have like so many more minions than you do. Or you have more minions than they do, so they're going to freeze the wave. Okay. The right play here is 100% take your base. Okay. So think about it like this, right? If you don't base now, right? Are you able to walk up to the wave?
No.
Okay. So if you base and you're going to lose like maybe 2 waves, right? Once you come back, you're going to be able to contest. Whereas if you stay here, you're not going to be able to contest in the next 2 waves.
Okay.
So you have to give this up. Your jungler's also pathing tops. I haven't even like talked about junglers, but this is like you need to base. Like now. like now. But okay.
I don't know. My thought process was they're still level 1 and I'm about to hit level 2, so I thought I could stay.
So that's good. Other than the fact that if they're, I don't want to flame, but like if they're playing correctly, they should both be hitting the wave like as much as possible so that they can get level 2 so you can't walk up. And they can do that. They are just not pressing their auto attack buttons.
Yeah.
So they made a mistake, so you got out of the situation. If they let you, okay, wow. Okay, well shit. See, even though the right theoretical play would be to base, just because the enemy's not doing the right thing, you end up winning out. And that's like kind of a common trend I want you to think of. Whenever I'm telling you these theoretical things, it's not always going to happen like I say it is, because the enemy's going to mess up.
It's just the like most controlled way to do something. Like
yes.
You can guarantee that it'll be good every time, or like almost every time.
Yeah. So what I want you to think of is whenever you think of like the best players in the world, they're not always just like the best. They're not going to make the best play all the time. It's the fact that they can stay consistent. And even when they make a mistake, they're able to come back even with a loss. Whereas right now, you made a mistake, but you're like doubling down on it, you know? If their jungler finished their 3 camps and was sitting here, you guys would just die.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I'm like scared for you. And the higher you go, like basically this wouldn't happen the higher you go. Like imagine you're in a diamond game and you do this, you would die. And your game would be over at 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Not over, but you get it.
A lot harder, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, your Nico dies. There's nothing you can do about this. I'm glad you based. Okay. So you're just catching a fat wave. I'm going to skip forward because like I said, I want to get to... Okay, well, they're not even laning, so it doesn't end up mattering, but I want to get to the mid game ASAP. Okay, whoa. They just got Drake for free. Did you guys see their jungler?
I don't know. My Nico didn't really ward.
No, you saw the Shyvana here. Okay. I think one way to help with this is after every wave, when you're on dead timers like this. So this is what the reason why I call this a dead timer is because there's nothing happening on your screen. There's no threats here. You're just waiting for the wave to come into you. So this is your timer to go and collect information. If you did this in between waves, so right now you would see, okay, there's a Shyvana on your screen. If you pan your camera and see she's half HP, is she allowed to touch this Drake?
No. Yeah.
Yeah. So the number one thing that differentiates like anything below diamond from being diamond is literally just panning your camera. I'm not even joking. Because if you're not panning your camera, you don't know what you're supposed to do. You're playing like a chessboard with no lights on.
Yeah.
So
That makes sense.
yeah, on dead timers like this, just make sure you're panning. I don't care if it's like top lane, mid lane. just pan your camera. Usually, okay, the priority is anytime you see their jungler like doing something in action, which right now she's actively walking towards the Drake, so that would be the action. You could look at top lane, you could look at mid lane, but I just want you to look somewhere because keeping your camera here is like the worst thing for you. Okay, so they end up getting Drake. It is what it is. Oh my god. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even, no comment. I don't even know what just happened on my screen. Okay. Okay. You're so fucking lucky. Oh my god. This guy, okay. What should happen here, by the way, is this Aphelios, all he has to do is just keep autoing you. Okay. And then by the end of the combo, he's gonna Q you because his Q is longer range than his auto attack. So he's gonna auto here. He's gonna walk forward, not walk backwards. He's gonna auto one more time, and then Q. He canceled his auto, so you should die here.
Okay, I see. I was thinking about this play after I won it, and I thought I was pretty lucky, but I thought I wouldn't be lucky, and I could easily win it if I just autoed minions to like spaced him, autoed minions, and killed him with my fourth shot. Is that right?
Like, you mean like
if I walk back out of his auto range, hit the melee creeps, and then if he keeps walking at me, I just fourth shot him?
Like this fourth shot? Or the next fourth shot?
This one.
Like,
cause I auto him once to get his barrier, and then I think I can keep walking back and fourth shot him here instead of walking back into his auto range.
Well, the issue is you should be dead now. Like he has stronger fighting than you do.
I mean, like instead of hitting him with that third auto, because it just went straight to his barrier, it would be better to just walk out of his range, hit the melee creeps with my like other shots, and then just hit him with my fourth shot. No. Or am I just still dead there?
Well, okay. The thing is, there's a couple of things. So, do you know whether or not Jin or Aphelios has flash?
I wasn't paying attention.
So if he has flash here and he flashes your W, you're just dead, right? You don't flash?
Yeah.
So I didn't see exactly what happened in lane, so I can't tell you. We could go through it, but this would be like a kind of a thoughtless exercise to do this. But I just want you to think, like, whenever you're fighting, it's okay that you did it in game, right? I just want you to think now, right? If you're Wing like this, and then, like you said, you're gonna auto, okay, and then you're saying you would walk back now?
I should have walked back before. Well, I guess I would have had to walk back now because otherwise I wouldn't get his barrier.
Yeah. So right now, if you're to walk back, I mean, you did walk back.
Yeah.
So no matter what, the reason why Aphelios wins out here is just because he has like perfect guns to fight. That's it. If he had like red purple, right, he can't fight you here. If he had blue white, I guess, it's just basically whenever Aphelios has like blue purple or white red or white green, those are his like best timers to fight. And right now you're kind of like giving it to him.
Okay.
His Q is also like an auto attack reset, so you leveled up here. Like, I'm gonna give it to you, but I think just be a little bit careful when you're fighting like this, because this just comes down to like who autos better, and he ends up winning out theoretically. Actually, wait, you didn't push your wave in, right? Yeah, so you're a little bit fucked. Okay, let's get to the mid game. I don't know when you usually swap to mid. It varies, right?
I think in these games, I am a pushover and I let my mid laner decide that.
Yeah, don't do that.
I usually try to just walk mid as soon as the enemy bot tower is gone.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, exactly. But don't be a pushover, because you're 4-0 and you're like basically the carry, okay? If there's anybody that should be a pushover, it's like your top lane and your mid lane. They're supposed to like, yeah, no. Well, the bot turret's still up, right? So you shouldn't swap now. Sorry, I just saw what you're typing. Okay, I would recommend just like muting chat because seeing this is gonna make you want to type, and
I did
then
that.
okay, okay, that's fair. But right here, you should just walk back straight to bot because there's just a turret. The only time I want you to swap is when your bot turret is gone or when your what's it called? Your mid laner ends up bot lane at like the end of a play. So
I saw my fastest type. I'm opening top, and I didn't want the Garen to get a free tier 2, but
you know what? That's goated and all, but like I would rather you be mid because
okay.
the faster you can. Okay, so the power of mid lane is whenever you clear mid, you can move to either side, right? But if you're stuck on top and they start a fight mid, you're never gonna make it in time. You're gonna have to give up your wave. So that's why, like technically, if this tower was still up, you could kind of argue like, yeah, you can go top and try to defend. But now that your tier 1 is gone, every ADC just wants to swap lanes to the mid lane turret because mid lane turrets are the hardest turrets to take. Usually the order goes side lane turrets, tier 1 side turrets, and then mid lane tier 1, and then these, and then this. Basically, you always want to be in a lane with a turret, otherwise you're just not going to be able to walk up as an ADC. Okay? You're fucking yourself over so that your Diana gets ahead. Do you trust your Diana with this game?
No.
Okay. So there you go. I just want you to think about like who you're shooting yourself in the foot for, and I think the answer when I say stuff like that, usually people are they understand that these random mid laners don't really deserve that. Okay. Okay, you're like too nice. You're like even though like you didn't have to go top lane here, you're walking top just to make sure they don't get a tier 2, but I'm telling you right now, like your lane has to be mid lane because this turret matters more than any turret in the game right now. So your Diana's dead, you walk mid, and that's a perfect natural timer for you to swap. And I always want you to swap when it's best for you. Okay. So if you're gonna lose 3 waves mid, and you're walking mid, usually you don't want to swap from side because you're the ADC. You have to eat. You have to eat good. And so I just want you to think about what's best for yourself. Anyways, so you should have swapped to mid by now, but since you're not, you're kind of just playing side lane as ADC. So it's hard.
If this tier 2 is up and like nobody on my team is doing anything about it, it's still just better to go mid.
Well, the thing is, even though your team is like typing, right? Have you pinged a single time for them to defend the top turret?
I don't even know if I think I might have once, but yeah, not enough.
Okay, well, there's no point in me going checking, but like I just want you to think about this. Like until you literally use as many pings as you can and there's no more pings allowed, I don't want you to think like nobody's listening to me or they're not trying to win the game or whatever, so I have to compromise. No. Yeah. You're by doing that, you're literally telling yourself like I can't carry anymore. If you're an ADC and you're playing side lane by yourself versus you're a level 10 Jhin versus a level 11 Garen, right? Are you allowed to walk past this wave?
No.
Exactly. So I want you to put yourself in a situation where you can play the game, which is on mid waves. So I want you to walk mid literally right now, and you ping as many times as you can, assist ping on this fucking turret. That's it.
Okay.
That's all you can do. Because if you go top here, like right now, they're just going to kill your mid turret. So you can walk top, but okay, they didn't kill your mid turret. You are so lucky, but Jesus Christ, you're getting away with murder. So are they, honestly. Yeah, I mean, this is literally impossible for you. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, it was after that death that I think I started going mid.
You really don't like tilting your teammates, do you?
Thing is, I noticed that like the biggest way to win games in this elo is just by keeping your team like sane.
Okay, let me help you with that real quick. So imagine, right? You're 4-0 every game. Okay? So you're probably doing something right. But every single time your teammates, your gold teammates, okay, get unhappy, you just compromise and fuck yourself over. Do you think that's good for winning for you in the long term, or is it just good in the short term?
Yeah, I guess it's probably not good either, but
Exactly. It feels like it's good, right? Because if your top,
yeah.
if your 0-5 top laner is saying I'm opening top, right, and you're swapping with him, you're gonna tell yourself, okay, at least they're not taking the tier 2. But what you're not telling yourself is you are 4-0 and you're not able to farm because this Garen is gonna run you down. This guy's not gonna win you the game. You just gave your lead. This NASA said, give me some money, and you gave him your entire bank account. That's basically what happened. So
Yeah.
I want you to think, like, if I'm fed, I want to be in a position to carry. Moving to side lanes and compromising for other people, it's going to keep you in gold. So think about it, okay? Like, I might sound harsh, but like, I think that it's important for you to understand, like, even though somebody else tells you to, like, how do I make this PG-13? If somebody tells you to, like, jump off the golden gate, right? Like, you're not going to do it.
Yeah.
Even if it like makes them feel better, you know? At the end of the day, you're getting, every time you're queuing up for a game, I want you to think about your teammates like fucking 4 bots, right? Like, unless you're duoed with some other person, in which case maybe it's 3. But just make sure, like, if you're playing a game and you're ahead, you are not letting other people make decisions for you, because that is going to lose you more games than it's going to make you win. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's good that you swap now, but she is not moving from the mid wave. Just take the minions.
Yeah, I was trying to bait the Akshan into going on her because she's low HP, but I guess I already.
Well, they already saw you. Yeah, no. Also, these minions still see you when you're like, what?
Do they actually?
Yeah. So when you walked past this line, they saw you, and then I think you're about to do it in a second. Give me a sec. Yeah. Right here, you show. It's like at the end, but this melee minion saw you, and now they saw you again. So, but regardless, like it doesn't matter. Like, this is your mid wave. Like is Lurkio or whatever the fuck this Diana's name is this bitch gonna carry the game for you?
No.
Right. Okay. So don't do this. Don't do this to yourself. So I'm not even joking, by the way. For the past, was it 3 minutes? You haven't been able to play the game. And guess what the Aphelios has been doing?
Farming free.
Yeah, for free. And who outscales? Aphelios or Jhin?
Aphelios.
Yeah. So at this point, you're on the mid wave, right?
Yeah.
This is where we're gonna start everything. So every ping that you make, I want you to make sure that it's like with 100% certainty, because if you lose one fight at this point in the game, you're gonna lose the game. Right here, the Shyvana is pulling Rift Herald. Do you have any information as to whether or not this is a good rift for them? Like, what is telling you to fight this Rift Herald?
I don't know. I think my thought process was I was fed and I wanted to fight, but my Diana's backing. I don't see Akshan. All I see is that Aphelios is dead.
Mm-hmm. So at best,
like maybe not a good fight because Garen's missing.
Think about it, right? Just think about it in terms of in terms of numbers. Garen just showed, so that's good. But if Diana bases and you're playing Akshan Shyvana into Nocturne Jhin, do you win or do they win?
Especially not when Nocturne is half HP.
Yeah.
But yeah, we lose. I mean, he's down a level. She still hasn't used ult.
So this is the thing I want you to think about the most off of this coaching session. any fight that you take in mid game can like sway the game so hard. Like if you win this Rift Herald, amazing. You literally will win the game for the next 2 minutes. But if you lose this game went from bad to worse real quick, you know? So
Yeah.
in this situation, always think about numbers. For example, if you saw the Garen bot and you're like, oh shit, I want to fight, think at best, how many numbers can they have? It would just be 2. And then you think about the 2v2, right? And that's like the equation that you should have as to whether or not you should fight this Rift Herald.
Right.
Until you do that, I don't want you to like force yourself to fight whatever's on your screen and feel the worst thing you can do is take a panicked fight because you feel like you want to fight, but nobody's doing the right thing. And then you walk yourself into a loss. You know?
So is it better if like, since everybody on my team is bot or like in base right now, just to farm mid, push it out? Okay.
You have to. What I would recommend doing off this midway. So I'm telling you what not to do. It's good that you brought up what you should be doing. So actually, this is really important. If you don't ping on the way to this Rift Herald, right? And you guys saw the Shyvana taking Rift, you're gonna assume that she's still there. If you walk up on mid and Akshan E's on you, he's dead, right?
Yeah, Nocturne just ults on him.
Exactly. So that should be your play.
Okay.
So
yeah, that makes sense.
From the 2v2 not working to what your next play should be, it always falls to the mid wave. And then what you should think about for mid waves is like, I think I sent this in a message, but if you don't see the side laners, then you should be scared. You see one of the side laners and Aphelios is dead. So there's only Akshan that can be on mid. And then off of that, you know this is going to be a 2v2. If Shyvana is hitting this Rift Herald, you're going to make it a 2v1, and then you walk up on mid. It's a lot of thinking, right? But you have to think about what's going to be advantageous for you. Otherwise, the game's just going to pass you by and you're going to lose.
Yeah.
And that's the last thing I want. Yeah, if you end up dying here, the game's kind of... Okay, well, you kind of read my mind, but we can keep looking at the game, okay? Because when I say the game's over, I'm thinking from like if this is a challenger game, right?
This game became really, really hard to win. That's why it's such a long game after that.
Yeah. So any game is winnable, by the way. Like I'm saying this, it's like the most cope thing ever, but it's true until you reach a certain like it's even like GM they fuck up.
Yeah, there's still like micro mistakes.
Exactly. There's always going to be something on the map that you can do to like net you a win. And I never want you to think like, oh, the game is over. Okay.
Yeah.
It just, you lost a turn. The reason why like people think about League in like chess terms is because like you make a move, they make a move. Maybe you're going to lose a piece, but maybe in the next turn, you're going to make them lose a piece and then set up for another piece for them to lose, you know? So losing one sequence is what you call it is not no, honestly respectable. You went from GG to winnable.
Oh, I was muted when I typed GG.
No, that's good. They didn't see it. Okay, right here again, telling your Diana to get off mid. You cannot, don't go to a side lane, you're gonna die. Right. No.
Is going bot here bad?
It's absolutely horrible. How are you going to affect the map from bot lane here? And what I mean by affect the map is like, okay.
Well, I can't even rotate because I have no vision in bot jungle. So yeah, it's really bad.
We can, yeah, I mean.
They have every wave pushed up, so they could just sit in my bot jungle and I'm dead if I try to like rotate to a fight.
Yeah. Well, they're based, by the way.
Oh.
Sorry. Okay, so this is just like a like I sound so condescending when I said that, but like what I mean is like whenever there's this term called tempo. Are you familiar with it?
Yeah, like tempo lines and like what's advantageous to be where you want to be at what time?
Yeah. So tempo, well, kind of, because tempo is just basically like how fast you're on the map in comparison to your opposite laners. So if you're on the map faster than your Aphelios, or if you're mid lane versus the Akshan, you have tempo. So right now they just used their timer to take your bot turret. Well, they killed you and then took. Wait, did they? No. They killed your bot turret. Their Aphelios and their Garen walked bot, killed your bot turret. So now they have to base, right? They have gold in their pockets. They just took Drake, I think. No, they took something. I'm sorry. They took Rift Herald, took your bot turret, and then now they have gold in their pockets, right? So they're gonna base. So right now, when you're walking to bot, they're based.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Whenever somebody makes a play, like their first priority, once they get the gold, is to get in base, because when you don't spend the gold, you're basically walking on the map with a wad of cash. Like somebody's gonna come and rob you. You know, you don't want that.
Yeah.
So right here, you don't have to be scared, because Garen and it's Garen. No, it's not Garen. Wait, what? Did you go from bot lane to top? Wow. That's kind of sad. But their Garen didn't end up basing, I guess. What the fuck did he do? I think he had hex gated. But yeah, he double hex gated. That's why he's top. But Aphelios was in base. Not important. What's important here is right now you're just pushing waves and getting gold, right? This is not going to net you a win. The number one way I want you to think about progressing the game is either getting objectives that will make it easier for you to fight, right? So if you get Otacon, reason why so many like people in league say like once they lost Otacon, the game's over, is because once you kill somebody, it's like literally a Jinx passive worth of like value. You kill somebody and then you slow a bunch of people and make them take damage, right? So it's going to make your team fights easier. Same thing with Drakes and then Soul eventually. Same thing with Baron, right? Because Baron gives you stats and then also helps you push waves. And the last way is whenever you're strong enough, you want to take down these turrets. So it's objectives and then turrets, and that's how I want you to think about the game, right? So right now, I'm gonna go all the way back to when you were in base. So you just died. Diana's on mid. You're probably the strongest player on your team. You still, I mean, on mid wave, you're the strongest champion on your team, okay? Because if you go to side lane, you're useless. Yeah. So right now, after this Diana clears this wave, you have to think to yourself, okay, there's no objectives on the map for the next 2 minutes. They just took Rift Herald. How am I going to progress the game? And the only answer that's left is the mid turret, right? Because on side lane, you can't push up. And then it's the same thing for this side lane. But on mid lane, the waves are like so close to your turrets that it's so safe for you as an ADC to walk up. And not only is that good for you, it's also good for your Diana, by the way. Because Diana champions, like assassin melee champions, want to side lane because you're furthest away from most people, right? Jungle camps are most concentrated around like mid. And so junglers are going to usually hover to mid unless it's like losing. And then if you're 1v1 versus, let's say, if Diana's 1v1 versus Akshan, right? And she gets to get the jump on him, she wins, right?
Yeah.
So your matchup on mid versus Akshan is like, okay. But Diana's matchup against Akshan is winning.
Right.
So that's basically.
Or even better is, I guess, if Aphelios is side laning, she can just one shot him.
Yeah, absolutely. I just don't want to see you side laning.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So is there never a time to be side laning as an AD carry?
You can. But
is it just to catch a wave that's like
yes, it's always the exception, not the rule. Like if your side laner dies, like what you told me about the Nasus, right? Like I don't know exactly what timer it was, but when you swap the top and you're like, oh, I don't want them to take the top turret, like that makes sense for you to catch a wave, right? But when you're swapping to catch a wave, you should be thinking like, can the Diana go to a side lane, or do I have to go to a side lane? That should be your line of thought. If there's no one else that can go to a side lane, then you have to go. Other than that, I don't want to see you on a side lane. Okay?
Yeah.
So, I mean, okay, this one's more advanced, but on Otacon, sometimes you just open through the side lane. But that's like, I'm not going to confuse you with that. I guess I already did, but you get it.
I mean, it kind of just went over my head, so it's not that confusing. I just didn't catch any.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm like kind of sad watching this because you're not really getting to play the game. Rip. Okay. One thing you did really well here is you're okay. Well, this guy should die, by the way. I'm just saying, like, whenever you're looking to hit like your W or your R, always just like ping on the way one time. So it just gives your team the like information that you want to fight. Obviously the Nocturne shouldn't flash, but the important part is your team will know that you want to walk in, or like you want to CC them, and then instead of walking away after flashing out, he's gonna walk in and kill the Sylas because he's by himself. You have a numbers advantage. So the reason why you did this was good, and now you guys are oh dear. Okay. Well.
If I don't auto a minion there, I kill.
Doesn't. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you this right now. This situation was doomed from the start, and I want you to understand this. Whenever people Rift Herald, right, for a turret, do you think they're playing for the first turret or the second turret, and why?
Well, the first turret's guaranteed, so I guess they would be playing for the second turret.
So, which fight would be better for you to initiate on, the first turret or the second turret?
The second one, because you can play around your turret.
Exactly.
Because it won't be dead.
Exactly. It won't be. Exactly. I'm gonna say it like 10 more times, but yeah. So the second you guys fight on a Rift Herald turret that is lower than half HP, you already fucked up. So the second I see this, so you did this, and then Akshan blocks it. It's completely fine. And then you see the Rift Herald pop up on your screen. What do you think you should do?
Retreat to the second turret.
Yes, and you need to spam ping your team off this turret. Like, spam ping. Like,
okay.
As many pings as you can. Otherwise, they will not listen. Okay?
Yeah.
So yeah, this fight was doomed from the start. You didn't really get to influence it that much. And I honestly don't really give a fuck whether or not you auto the minion, because I would rather you learn that this is a bad play than look at whether, like, how you played the fight.
Yeah, I think I figured that out after, yeah, right here. That should not walk up.
I mean, you tried to salvage the situation, but we're going to keep looking for situations where you can come back into the game. So the second Otacon is spawned, I want you to spam ping assistance and vision pings on the Otacon, because if you don't, you're going to lose it. And if you lose Otacon, you lost the game.
Yeah.
Like, literally lost the game. That fucking objective is as strong as soul. Actually, that's not true, but I'll say that as like a general statement to make you scared. So yeah, like if they see all of you guys on top side, right? What should they do?
Start the Otacon.
Yeah. And then you guys would be walking in second with no vision.
Yeah.
And so, okay, I've told you, I think like 3 or 4 times already, like about pinging. I just want to give you the reason why I'm like telling you so much about pinging. And it's basically because even though it's not your job to be telling other people how to play the game, it's your job to tell them how you would like to win the game from your position. So I have a lot of students that ask me like, Daption, it's not my fucking job. Like, why should I be micromanaging other people? Do you want to win the game?
Yeah, I guess that like it's your only way of communicating with them like in a effective manner of time.
Exactly. Unless you want to say some bad words to them, you can do that too, but that might get you chat banned. But I think the biggest hurdle for a lot of students is like you're doing it here. And I think you did it at Rift Herald where you like pinged for a play, but those were like less optimal plays, right? And so we just talked about the Otacon. You should just be pinging on these things on Otacon.
Yeah.
Okay. So. Okay. So your Dyna's doing Raptors as you guys are walking in. It's really nice. Nice. Okay, I like it. Wait.
They got the Otacon.
Yeah, it just hit me like they didn't need to fight this, but
Yeah, they could have just walked out.
Yeah. But you see how like this situation, this picture, right? They just took Otacon and there are 3 people on your screen, kind of, and there's one person walking into you. This is a replicable situation that I want you to look for. If somebody has taken an objective and there are lower conditions than you, or you have better numbers than they do, I want you to fight. So this advantage that you got is actually so good that it could swing the entire game in your favor. And so they did get Otacon, but you got the bounty gold on the Drake. Also, if you're basing, try it not to base on vision, because
yeah, well, see what happens.
Well, yeah, but the reason why I don't want you to do this isn't because there's a chance that you die here. It's because whenever you're showing on vision, you're telling them exactly where you are on the map. Yeah. Exactly. And it's information that they shouldn't have.
Yeah.
So even if there's like a ward here, I want you to like walk away, because it'll prevent them from getting the information and it'll prevent them from making a play on you. So just be careful of that. And then, okay. This guy should die. Okay, he's not dead. Lucky. Okay, we're going to take our base. Okay, so this is really important. You're probably going to feel lost at this point in the game, okay?
Yeah, I think this is the point where I kind of was just relying on my team to play around. I mean, I guess I was kind of relying on them the whole time, but...
So what do you think you should do?
I don't know. The Baron's up in 2 minutes. There's not like really an objective to play around. I think I kind of just have to catch waves until that comes up. And look for like a play on Garen if he oversteps or something.
So at this point, this game is in your hands. If you catch the waves and let them push into you and keep control of the map, you're going to lose. Okay.
So as an ADC, like how do I walk around and like look for plays without dying? Do I have to walk with my team?
Yes.
Okay.
So I want you to think of the safest way for you to walk with your team and get pressure on the map. Which lane?
Mid.
Yeah. So I want you off of this mid wave. So you're knocked and just pushed mid, right? And he's about to take your next mid wave. Okay, he's not about to take your next mid wave. But I want you to realize like your team is taking so much time. Also pan your camera to the lane so you can get more information. But right now, if you guys go for this turret, if you guys go for this turret, you are basically telling the enemy team, hey, side laners, come and kill us.
Yeah.
So what I want you to do is realize that in the moment, like they're playing to get the mid turret, you guys got it, and there's gonna be a fight. The enemy's not gonna just
keep walking there to fight.
yes.
Okay, okay.
Because you're gonna be there faster. You killed their Aphelios and their Shyvana, right?
Yeah.
Both of those champions take a fucking long ass time, right? To come all the way to this mid wave because they're still dead while you're walking out of base. So your what's the word? Not standard? Yeah, your standard play should always be to look to pressure through the mid wave. Now, if you're looking at top and you see that there's like 3 minions top, I want you to still go mid. Because at this point, if your team is looking to fight, you have to be there. This is why so many people, up until like even masters, okay, they will just say like group. You know, like just group. Because when you're together, there's a lower chance for you to not have numbers. And so in this situation, grouping up when there's going to be a fight is the only thing you can do. And it can win you the game. I'm not even joking. If you assist ping on this mid wave and you, Nico, and Diana walk straight mid, you just won the game. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, that makes sense. I guess I didn't really think about their death timers, so I thought that they were just dead there by staying mid.
Well,
I think that's something I like. I'm not really. Well, I am aware sometimes, but I need to work on paying attention to that sort of stuff.
okay, so one thing I can help you with, every time you respawn, okay, I need you to think what is the next lane I need to walk into and what is the most likely play to happen. So, like I said, your answer to this would probably be mid wave, but then you would see that at this point, the mid wave's gone, right? This guy's taking it. You'll pan your camera. There's no more minions. But if in the next few seconds you see the Nocturne walk up to this turret and start hitting it, and your Nasus is also walking to the turret and hitting it, Garen was topside, Akshan just came out of vision, and they're going to be hitting this turret for like, what, 15 seconds? This situation and these death timers, just off of base, give you the game plan that you're supposed to follow.
Yeah.
So there's like little clues, you just have to piece them together. Now, okay, let's say the Nocturne cleared the mid wave, right? And then he's not going for the turret. What do you think you should do?
Catch the bot wave?
No, catch the top wave. It just because nobody's top. Like the Nasus isn't farming the top wave, so you have to go top lane. Like the time where he just said like open top or whatever the fuck, you were forced to go top lane. If the Diana could go top lane, she should go top lane, but then that would force you to go bot lane. There's 2 lanes you have to tend to, and you're.
I think that first I click bot and then I see Diana is going bot, so then I went top. I didn't even think about fighting mid.
Yeah, so that, I mean, shit happens fast. Like in the next 10 seconds, you can win or lose the game. I'm not even joking.
That's why I fall behind a lot, is because like I clicked the wrong place on the map and I just and then I get mad that I clicked the wrong place, so I click a different place. But I should just even if I click the wrong place, I'm losing so much time to just go somewhere else.
Yeah, okay, that's really important. The concept you just talked about, well, I don't have a word for it, but just don't ever go between 2 plays, right? Like if this play is top, right, and this play is bot, just commit to one. Because even if this is the right play, I would rather you commit fully to the wrong play and then learn from it, okay, than tiptoe between them and just have no play at all.
Yeah.
So in this situation, let's say you go bot lane, and let's say the Diana follows you and you guys catch the wave together. At best, what's going to happen?
At best, we kill Akshan.
Okay. At worst, what's going to happen?
We share XP and minions.
Yeah. But when, like, okay, right here, it doesn't end up mattering. But there are situations where if you do this for 5 seconds, you will lose an entire fight.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So unironically, the most important part of the game is like every time you hit base, the fountain, this should be your timer to be thinking about what's next. I don't care if you have to have like a, I don't know, like if you have to have like a timer or like have a sticky note at the side of your screen or whatever. Just make sure every time you're taking a base, you're thinking about what's next. And usually it's going to be midwave, but sometimes it's not, right? So I think a lot of the things that we just talked about, like they go in like multiple different directions. I tried talking to you about like wave priority earlier on, and then I tried talking to you about your fighting. But I think the most important thing for you, Jonathan, is probably just the second you hit base from, it doesn't matter if it's like 5 minutes onwards, just think about what is the most useful play you can do. And I guarantee you will get better. Because at this point, I think what's hurting you is not making a choice. And
yeah, that makes sense. I think that's why I struggle so much mid game.
Yeah. I mean, also, when you're making a choice, please make sure it's with your best interest in mind, okay? Do not let other people make the choice for you because it will be at your expense. You are going to lose out on their plays. Like, it's guaranteed. There's no counter to it, you know? And once you lock yourself into a bad play, you're guaranteed to lose something.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I think that is definitely like the general lesson for this session. Do you have anything you wanted to ask? There's a lot, I know.
I think, well, I don't know if there's a way to do this, like you said, putting a sticky note or some sort of timer, but I sometimes I'll go on autopilot when I base and I just buy my item, click somewhere on the map, and it's right, like not the right place to click. Is there a way you kind of keep like a clarity to your mind? Because like I know a lot of the times looking back, like where I should be, what I should. Most of the time, I think I know a better play, or it, if not the best play to be doing, but I'm not gonna make it in the heat of the moment because like I struggle to keep that clarity of mind. Like, is there a way that you do that, or that other people do that?
So it's a little bit different for me because I don't think I don't think about it anymore. Because
like it's become autopilot.
Yeah, it's literally autopilot. I don't have to like actively tell myself look at the lanes or like look at what the next best play is. But I do have a couple of ways that would help. So there's like the first one, which is I think 3 main ones. The first one is just brute forcing it, like literally telling yourself at the start of the game, I will think about what is best for me, like every time I base, and make that play and go with it fully. If it goes wrong, it goes wrong, and I can look at why it was wrong, but I still have to go through with that. That's the brute force. The second one is literally put a sticky note, I'm not even joking, and put it at the corner of your screen, put it wherever you will look at the most, like whatever corner you will look at the most. For me, it's the right side because the map is here, right? And every single time you base, you're going to look at your map because there's nothing else for you to do. And then you'll see the sticky note, and then it'll make you think about it. So that's like kind of like a constant reminder. I know it sounds crazy and it probably will look crazy, but good players aren't normal. Like, it's just the truth. If everybody could be good, then we'd all be pro players. Like you don't have to like think about that one, but you gotta try to like force it through ways are gonna work for you. And then the last thing is probably the most big bag thing you can do, which is you have to basically, this is more of like a reinforcement thing. Like if you think about it in game and let's say you win out on a play, you like grab a Skittle and just eat it. I'm not even joking. It works because
reinforcement learning.
Yes, because it works because you're human, your brain craves fucking sugar, and I'm not even joking. It will make you want to do it more. So it doesn't have to be a Skittle, obviously. It could be something you enjoy eating, but preferably not a meal, because you don't want to be eating during a game, but you get it, you know, like anything that would make you feel happy about doing the right thing is going to force you to do the right thing the next time. So it could be those things, but I think the best case scenario is like you feel good about what you did, so you keep doing it. But that's a lot harder to like implement. So those are the 3 ways I would try to implement that in practice. I'm Dapshin, an ex-pro player for Cincinnati Fear, rank 2 on support, rank 14 on ADC on the NA ladder, and a CLOL champion. After years of competing at the top of North America, I've helped a ton of students finally hit their dream ranks by showing them what actually wins games. If you're serious about climbing this season, book a session and I'll help you see the game the way a challenger does. Stop guessing, start improving. For real.